If you don't like the results that you are getting, guess who's to blame? Look in the mirror. It is you. So sorry to let you know that, but it's totally true. Hey, it's Danny, Chief Ruckus Maker over at Better Leaders, Better Schools. And here's the thing, there is a solution, right? The results that you're getting is totally in your control. They say that systems are perfectly designed to get the results that they're getting. So you can do something about it. I'm going to teach you what to do about it today. I have a live video that is essentially called The 5 Levers of School Leadership, with the subtext that most school leaders don't know these tips I'm about to reveal are available. Now, I've learned this the hard way. And I know that within Better Leaders, Better Schools, and this is true for you and your organization, I'm the greatest opportunity and the greatest bottleneck. I create the most challenges, frustrations, problems within my organization. So I have to work on me. And one of the things that's very relevant, my book is now up. It's available. It went live Friday, right? Mastermind Unlocking Talent Within Every School Leader. And if you head over to my website, betterleadersbetterschools.com/mastermind book, that's all one word, you can get some really nifty bonuses like a simple opening activities checklist. You get a decision journal. You get a curated list of all the books we've read in the mastermind since 2016. Like, that is all you need to read for the next 6 years, and an annotated bibliography. So all the research, all the articles, and the other books I mentioned within my mastermind book, those are all linked up for you. So you could go to the primary sources to see what I'm talking about. So that's pretty cool. Plus, you could get an autographed copy. So connecting it to the results I'm getting, right? And challenges within leadership. If you don't like the results you're seeing, well, I'm the bottleneck. And so within my website, when people order there, I get an email about that. Now those orders need to be fulfilled. So what could I do to remove myself from the bottleneck was to create an automation, right? And essentially, I use a tool called Zapier. I connect it to a Google form. And now every time I get an email that there's an order, I just forward it off actually to my mom. Mama Ruckus Makers gets that email. She fills out a very simple 5-question Google form, name of the person, right? Their address, how many did they order? And she uploads a Excel file so Corwin can then ship it from their shipping facilities. And essentially, the whole process is automated. My mom does that. Remember, she receives a forwarded email. And then basically, the automation sends an email on my behalf to Corwin with the Excel spreadsheet, and the orders get fulfilled, right? So literally, it took me about 10, 15 minutes to build that automation. And now, in 1 second, forwarding that over to Mama Ruckus Maker, those orders are fulfilled, and I've saved myself so much time, removed myself as a bottleneck. So that's just a personal story. Let's get into the levers. So, number one, do this today. Gift yourself a deep work block at least once a week. This is the most important thing you can do, I promise you. Cal Newport wrote an amazing book on this topic called Deep Work. And here's a quote: clarity about what matters provides clarity about what does not, right? We get it twisted. We get confused thinking that all tasks are created equal and create the most value for our organization. That is not true. So we have to decide on what is high level, right? High value activities and low level. So long story short here, give yourself about a 90-minute block. The purpose of a deep work block is to do things only you can do. And so, for example, what I'm working on in deep work blocks too today, I have a keynote to 300 leaders that I'll be giving in November. So I'm still, working on the talk, putting together the deck of slides. And so that's something that's super important. Plus, I need to also create just a nurturing email sequence. So when people subscribe to my emails or download some type of resource I created for them, it brings them through a journey where they get to know me a little bit more and I get to know them a little bit more. And so those are some things that really only I can do. And so I'm working on those during my deep work block time today. So that's lever one and all I have to say about that. Lever number 2. So fight distractions by going old school. Your ancient brain wasn't designed for today's always on culture. Jim Collins said this: in a world of constant change, the fundamentals are more important than ever. And I cannot agree more. My latest coach, Ron, I noticed something about him, and he's really big about this idea of digital detox and unplugging, and not always being connected to technology so you can focus. And again, back to the deep work, do stuff only you can do. And I noticed that he writes his calendar on a simple note card. So I swiped that idea, and I've been doing it for about 2 weeks, and I love the results. It helps me really, really focus in on what's most important and not get distracted by everything else, everybody else's agenda on social media, through email, or just being connected to the internet. So this is a fundamental that really, really is awesome. I also encourage you, if you go to my blog or Medium or LinkedIn, I wrote an article on a 10-minute end of the day routine that has changed my life. And that's really an awesome thing that you want to check out. But here you go. That is what I'm doing today. It's this note card. It has everything on there, and it just really helps me stay focused. So go to old school. You don't always have to be connected. That's all I have to say about that. Now, lever 3 is kind of ironic in the sense that I'm saying now plug into the matrix because resistance is futile, right? Bill Gates said the first rule of any technology used in a business is that automation applied to an efficient operation will magnify the efficiency. So that's the story behind the book orders, right? Built-in automation in Zapier. When people order and get the bonuses from my website, I don't have any books, in my house. And so I don't ship them, right? That's the logistics side. I don't touch that. Corwin does, my publisher. And so essentially, every time somebody orders from me, I have to fill out a purchase order on an Excel spreadsheet, send it over to Corwin. They read it, they bill me, charge my credit card, and send the book to the amazing Ruckus Maker who bought it, right? And so anyways, that isn't very hard work, but given all the books I am already selling and will sell in the future, that could really tie up my time. So building the automation through Zapier, again, a Google form where Mama Ruckus Maker fills in the details of who ordered the stuff, loads up the purchase order spreadsheet, and just hits enter on the Google form. That triggers an automatic, what's called a zap, where I've written a template email once where it reads the spreadsheet, it pulls the person's name, their address, it sends it over to Erica at Corwin. She gets an email that looks like it was written from me. It does come from my email. I did write it once, and it includes the Excel sheet she needs to fulfill the order. Like, this is amazing. So 15 minutes on the front end doing that, really is going to save me so much time in the future. And so plug into the matrix. Resistance is futile. Figure out how to leverage automation. That's all I want to say about that one. Lever 4. Okay, I learned this one. This is great. See everything in 3D and watch yourself get more done. So shout out to Ari Meisel and the Less Doing podcast and platform that he's built. He has really impacted my life, and he taught me this idea of a 3D perspective. It's very easy. Here's how it goes. When you get an email that comes across your inbox, and you could apply this to all decisions that come across your desk or that you have to navigate every single day. The 3Ds are: do it now. So if it takes just a few minutes, 3 minutes or less, just do it, get it done. Or delete it. There's a lot of things that don't even need your attention, right? There's a number of people that pitch me because the podcast has 1.5 million downloads, and they talk about all sorts of crazy stuff that is absolutely irrelevant to the lives of my audience, right? The Ruckus Makers, school leaders making change happen in education. And I see it. You can even see it in the subject. I don't even have to open the email, and bam, delete. So I am done with that. So do it, 3 minutes or less, delete, or defer it, right? Deferring it just means, hey, maybe I'm better at responding to email in the evening or whatever it may be. Or here's a great example. Somebody on the podcast, They need to send me a 60-word or less bio with a headshot that they love. And if we're not recording for, 3 months, I can defer that email to the day of the recording and then put it up and give it to my team so they could create an awesome podcast web page, show notes, all that kind of stuff. So that'd be deferred. One thing I didn't mention, delegation is the same as doing it, right? And there's a whole masterclass I could teach on delegation. But the point is this: if you effectively delegate and communicate and train your team in order of like expectations, what to do, that's the same as getting it done, right? So once you send that off, just like I send off Mama Ruckus Maker, the book orders, that's me doing it. It takes literally 2 seconds now that the automation's built, but it's done, and that's delegation. And all I want to say about lever 4. So the last lever is basically investing in your emotional intelligence, and this one has huge benefits. So if you invest in developing your emotional intelligence, you'll create more results and actually even get paid more. Dale Carnegie said, when dealing with people, remember you are not dealing with creatures of logic, but with creatures of emotion. We are emotional beings. And yeah, I like to think about how to slow things down, how to make more logical decisions. But at the end of the day, it's really about emotions and emotional intelligence, which is an internal awareness of what's going on within my inner world, and then an external awareness that I pick up on the cues, the social cues, relationship cues that are going on around me. If you do this, like I said, you'll get paid more. Talent Smart, they surveyed 500,000 leaders. That is a huge sample size of people that they've researched, and they found a couple things through a survey. One, 83% of top performers in organizations also score very high on emotional intelligence. So that's basically all of them. 83% is the majority. The other thing they found too is for every number or level, like one level that you increase in your emotional intelligence, that's actually worth $1,300 on your annual salary. So if you want to make more money, become more emotionally intelligent. That's because you drive better results, because people trust you and they like being around you and they believe what you say and they want to help you be successful. And so that emotional intelligence, it's the classic, hey, I don't care how much you know until I know how much you care. That's what's going on with emotional intelligence. Cool. That's all I want to say about lever 5. So thank you for checking this out, right? If you are not happy with the results that you're seeing in your leadership, the problem is you. But the great thing is you can do something about it. And I taught you 5 levers today that would absolutely help you get incredible results. If you are a school leader, if you know a school leader, if you have kids that go to school, listen, my new book is out, Mastermind: Unlocking Talent Within Every School Leader. Please pick that up. Read it if you're a school leader. And if you know somebody, again, kids in school, that kind of thing, get a copy for them and just help out that school leader, right? It's going to make them more effective. So as we sign off here, put in the chat your number one insight. What lever did you need to hear today? Which one do you plan to take action on today? And with that said, hope you have an amazing day. Go make a ruckus, and bye for now.